Donald Trump, man, like this hat is, I would say, the most popular hat in the world after perhaps the MAGA hat. The MAGA hat is making an incredible comeback. Donald Trump is giving some incredible speeches. Have you seen him? Where is he going with this praising Hannibal Lecter thing? This is extraordinary. I'm just trying to understand, what's his point with praising Hannibal? Because he must know Hannibal Lecter's not real. He does know that. But then what is it he likes about it? Is it just that he's seen Silence of the Lambs on the telly? This is amazing.
Silence of the Lambs. Has anyone ever seen the Silence of the Lambs? The late, great Hannibal Lecter is a wonderful man. He oftentimes would have a friend for dinner.
Like, that's literally the joke that the film ends on.
I do wish we could chat longer, but I'm having an old friend for dinner. Bye.
Now, I believe that the reason that the establishment is terrified of having Trump in office is because Biden's like a barely living marionette. He's a kind of vacant vessel that you can pump any information into, and he will literally do the bidding of the globalist establishment. Donald Trump, he ain't playing that game, because someone that just starts talking about a film that they've recently seen cannot be controlled. Let's have a look. Where is he going with this? He doesn't actually make a point.
Remember the last scene? Excuse me, I'm about to have a friend for dinner. As this poor doctor walked by. I'm about to have a friend for dinner, but Hannibal Lecter, congratulations, the late, great Hannibal Lecter. We have people that are being released into our country that we don't want in our country.
So I suppose is he saying that because of a lack of border controls, people are getting into America that are worse than Hannibal Lecter? That's sort of what I reckon it is. But like, I'll tell you what, Morning Joe and all them, you know, Morning Joe, the legacy media, the kind of snooty, haughty, supercilious, talking down to you, loathing ordinary people, trying to normalise it, trying to justify, well, their own existence, perhaps above all else, but condemning you for being you continually. They don't like ordinary people. They don't like Donald Trump. They don't like the idea that you might be able to bypass the legacy media information brokers. They don't like the idea that you might rise up. They don't like the idea that you might find a source of power within yourself that means you don't need them. You don't need the products that they convey, endlessly peddle all day on their MSNBC shop floor racket where they maybe earn an incredible packet. They don't want you doing that stuff. What they want to do is conflate and inflate this, like sort of somewhat innocuous joke with, I don't know, what are they trying to say over on Morning Joe? They're trying to sort of suggest it's something extraordinary.
Donald Trump, over the weekend in New Jersey, in New Jersey, of all places, praising a fictional serial killer.
We spoke to some of the fictional victims' families, and a lot of the fictional victims' families were very, very offended. We spoke to a charity that represents fictional victims of fictional crimes. We think it is very inappropriate that Donald Trump joked and laughed about Hannibal Lecter, who did that thing where he went fava beans and all that stuff. That is out of control. We cannot support that. Hold on a minute. Isn't all this stuff just out of somebody's imagination? Never mind all of that.
This is exactly, Mika. This is why the Biden campaign desperately wants to see more bizarre moments like this during Trump's rallies. Like, I promise you, they are more upset that Donald Trump is in trial right now than Donald Trump, because they know when he goes out on the road, people say, the guy's just not there. He is celebrating a fictional character there who, one of the most grotesque horror.
Micah's phone has a bell that goes off every time they start taking reality a little too seriously and lose their connection to the divine.
One of the most grotesque, horrifying.
Perhaps one of the things that would be more responsible for them to analyze would be that Joe Biden's handlers have publicly stated that he's going to be giving a lot less speeches, and when he does give them, they'll be a lot shorter because it's just a lot more punchy and a lot more succinct. Brevity is the soul of wit, and propaganda is the soul of bullshit. And what they're trying to tell us is that it's a good thing that Joe Biden seldom appears on camera, because he's plainly, it seems at least to me, a vassal for different sources of power. Any of you that saw our Mike Benz interview will know that even Hunter Biden's Burisma job has deep state connections. You've got to watch that conversation, and you've got to watch our conversation later this week with our man Dave Martin, which is similarly revelatory.
Hey, this is exciting. We've got a great partner today. It's Rumble. But beyond Rumble, it's Rumble's latest venture. Let me ask you first, are you a Sleepy Joe type character with zero cognitive performance, struggling to muster focus and brain power for basic things like running the United States of America? You've got to stop drinking woke liberal coffee that hates you and your way of life and start your day by drinking Rumble's very own 1775 coffee. This is going to be the best tasting coffee you've ever had. Seriously good, ethically sourced from a family farm in the high altitude mountains of Bolivia. Not in the Bolivian lowlands, run not by a family but by a single man still living with a pet. No! Instead of waking up and drinking your big corporation owned woke ideology coffee that's probably making you sick from the pesticides it's sprayed with, try Rumble's 1775 revolutionary coffee. Support freedom of speech. Build a parallel economy that actually values you and loves you. My favourite? It's dark, of course. I've always found the lure of the dark irresistible. I'm sorry, how can I stay mad at you, Gordon? You're just going to have to wait over there for a little while. Level up your morning routine with a 1775 coffee. Sleep all night knowing your hard-earned dollary dues are going towards supporting freedom-loving creators like me on Rumble. Visit 1775coffee.com now, pick up your first bag, use the code BRAND to save 10% on your first order. Oh, come on. Why choose, you know?
Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to see more uncensored content where free speech can flourish, join our live stream. Click the link right here to watch the next video if you want to, or become a member of a growing movement. Download the Rumble app and you'll be informed every time we make a new piece of content. Stay free.